Hiya, Scully. Yar.
Stinkosaurus.
Oh, Rick. Hardy, ar, ar, ar.
Hi, this is Matt. I'm up here, right there. Today, we are going to be streaming, shooting two puppets here, Irith and Krit. And this is in the main room. So I'm going to be turning this camera off, and we're screen sharing the Dragon frame software. So we're going to head on over there. Got my trusty wireless mic on. We'll see how this works. Okay, so now we are in the room. There we go. Now the first thing that, if you're not familiar with Dragon frame software, it's popular stop motion capture software, excellent software. And the first thing that I do when I'm shooting, like after the lights and the composition and everything is set up, is input the dialogues. So today we're gonna be matching mouth movements and a little bit of upper body movement to these shots. There's 6 of these episodes for dungeon diving Delta Dragons, and the Delta Dragons are basically some southern swamp dragons, so they're very cute. The female dragon Irith is portrayed by Jenny Kimball, voice talent, and the male dragon is performed by the lovely Keytrick Jazz Copeland, very talented actor. And let's see what we're going to do here. So the first thing we're going to do is basically we load up the dialogue file, which has been loaded up previously. So I'm checking this. Here we go. That looks good.
Krit! Yes, Irith!
So those 2 shots there, those are close-ups. And right now, since I'm kind of bulk doing the shots here, there's 6 shorts in total. And I ran through the shot list for the first episode and did the close-ups and mediums all in one batch. But this time I'm going to do all the medium shots for this. So we're actually going to do 3 sets of medium shots. And then, if we have time, we'll go back and do some close-ups for those. The medium, it's easier just to do all the medium shots once and then do the close-ups later for this series. For Pirates, usually what I'll do is I'll do 1 medium shot and then 2 close-ups. And that takes about 45 minutes to do a shot. But since this is a new series, just figured I was going to batch everything. So for this second episode, actually I did 2 episodes yesterday, so this is actually episode number 4. So we're going to do 4, 5, and 6 today. This one is called Magically Delicious, and we're going to do, looks like we're doing 2 medium shots. We're going to start with Irith saying did something something, and then there's a final shot as well.
Did you buy this new magic skillet from Tommy the Tinker?
All right, so that's the shot we're going to shoot, this first one. Did you buy this skillet?
Did you buy this new magic skillet from Tommy the Tinker? I did.
So when it goes over to Krit's response, that's going to be a close-up, and we'll do that later. All right, so we're going to start with that first. And it's, it can be a little tedious spelling out the phonemes or the syllables, but that's kind of just part of the work. So on the sheet, on the yellow sheet on the sides, basically we put in the phonemes or the syllables, sometimes even a full word. I shoot on what's called 2s, which means when you're playing back at 24 frames a second, I'm actually doing, in essence, 12 frames a second. And so it makes it a little bit easier. Higher budget movies, like the stop motion movies you see in the theater, usually they're shooting on ones and they're doing 24 shots a second. For these projects, 12 shots a second or 12 frames a second is sufficient, and it's half the work. So first thing we're going to do is basically parse out the phonemes or the syllables, parse out the dialogue. All right. And it's not rocket science. You just kind of get it close. I mean, you're basically up. Bloop. Okay, stop. All right, hit the wrong button. Okay, let's do a retake here. Note that on the shot list here. As an engineer, I like to take notes, so I'm gonna write down that we are actually on the second shot because I hit the wrong hotkey. Okay. And so, I mean, so when there's I guess 3 ways to approach puppet design for stop motion with regards to mouth movement. I do have a few puppets that have replaceable faces or replaceable mouths. That tends to be a little bit more work, and for bang for the buck, so to speak, I've mainly designed the puppets to have jaws that move up and down, or not have movable features at all. So most of my puppets wear helmets or face masks, so I can kind of cheat and get away from having to move the mouse up and down. But these puppets here, they've got jaws. They're dragons. They move up and down. And so there's some projects later on that will have some replaceable mouths and replaceable faces, similar to the Tutankhamon series. If you see that Illinois James character, he's got replaceable mouths. All right, so back to parsing out the dialogue. So as you can see here, she's holding on the A. It's a long A. She's holding it a while. She'll almost 4, what we'll call frames, 4 frames. In actuality, it's 8 frames. But okay, and then she's starting to say skillet, so there's an S there. And most of the time, if it's not a vowel that's held long, usually the word's divided, most of the time it's divided in 2. So like that, TH, and then AT, from, FROM. You just get an ear for breaking up the, here in this. This is probably, well, I mean, this is about the 350th short I've done in the last 2 years. So there's an M. Okay, there's the. So TINK. Okay. It's about ER here, kind of.
Magic skillet from Tommy
All right, so it's a little tedious, that bit, but, you know, it's stop motion. So that's the dialogue parsed out. So the next thing we'll do is we are going to start shooting. So moving the mouth up and down. And there'll be some decisions we'll have to make with regards to there'll be some decisions we'll have to make. All right, I lost my screen. Hold on for a second. Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm streaming this screen from the one laptop to the other. So apparently the other laptop decided to conk out, but we'll see. Each of these live streams is a little bit different. All right, so we're going to start shooting here. Okay, so we got some dead frames, so I'll probably move her head around. I'm going to close her mouth as much as I can. I think that's pretty much... I have a little bit of clay underneath her mouth. So most of the puppets that I do are mostly 3D printed and with clay arms, so that it makes it easy for the arms to move. Both of these puppets are clay over wireframe, and I did the coarse work, and then Jenny Kimball did the fine work. So they're pretty cute little puppets. Irith is the green one. She's the female on the left, and then Krit is the male dragon on the right. Again, Irith played by Jenny Kimball, Krit played by Keytrick Jazz Copeland. All right, so I'm going to move the head just a little bit. I'll probably take one shot here. Okay, there we go. That's her first shot. And I'm just going to move her head a little bit. My pet peeve is seeing a puppet not move at all. Every frame I want the puppet to move somewhat. I just don't like to see a puppet, if the puppet is speaking, I want it to move a little bit. If it's not speaking and he's just in the scene, he can move, he can stay still for, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 frames, and then I'll just budge him a little bit. In stop motion, our eye tends to focus on the stationary, or we focus on the mouths moving and the eyes. So I try to, if they're speaking, I'm going to try to make them move most of the time. All right, so that's the first movement there. You can kind of see on the sheet here as we move along. So the yellow, where it says C, that's the current shot. Okay. Okay, now we're going to start moving her mouth here. Okay. Okay, there we go. Now, usually in a word like this, I'm probably just going to go ahead and close her mouth. These are kind of all stylistic choices, but I found on shorter words, the mouth closing sells a little bit better if it's a short word. Right there. And so now we have the D is still going on. And she's saying J. So I'm probably just going to move her head a little bit and open it up when it comes to the Y. All right, and then when it comes to the U, I'll open it up again. Here we go. Again, pretty short words, so I'm going to close her mouth. Now, some of the puppets have mouths that have 2 or 3, 4 different states or positions. These, because they're really just being held by clay, the heads are 3D printed here. The bodies are clay, and really they're just pin and socket jaws. So the clay is just really keeping it in position. All right, now she says bye. I'm probably going to move her head just a little bit so she's not always staring at him. All right, and it's a longer Y. So I'm going to keep the mouth open. So I'm going to move her head just a little bit. I'm going to move him a little bit so he just doesn't appear stationary.
Did you
Okay. Now, I still got a couple more Ys. Usually, if it's a longer word like that, I'll leave the mouth open and then close it on the penultimate phoneme or syllable.
Did you
All right. And then she's going to be saying this next, so I'm going to close this. Okay.
Did you
All right. Now she says this, so it's a th, it's opening up, it's the beginning of the word. Might just keep her moving her head a little bit.
Did you buy this?
There you go. And let's see here.
Did you buy this?
So she's still saying the, so I'm going to keep her mouth open, move her head just a little bit.
Did you buy this?
And now she's saying the S, and S, I close the mouth all the way, and she's already moved her head, so I'll leave her head be.
Did you buy this?
Okay, now she's saying new, and I might have her kind of turn her head to start looking at him, like that.
Did you buy this?
Now, new's pretty long, so I'm just going to start moving her head kind of towards him.
Did you buy this new?
Okay. All right, that. I'm going to go check on this computer real quick. Make sure it doesn't shut off again. Live streaming's been fun. There's always something going on. These counters are display counters. I need to turn all the display counters off. They keep going to sleep. Okay.
Did you buy this new?
There we go. So I'm going to keep moving along here. There's that.
Did you buy this new?
All right, so now we see there's a W coming up here. So I'm going to close her mouth for that W. And you got to close the mouth in order to open it. So at the end of the word, you got to close the mouth so that you can open it up for this one, magic.
Did you buy this new?
Okay. Now we've got 18 frames in the book, so I'm going to move the
Did you buy this new?
the backstop holder thing over a little bit, so we're not always having to listen to the same dialogue. All right, so now she's saying so her mouth's going to be closed. I'm going to maybe move the head back a little bit. Okay, and then she's got a bunch of A's, so I'm going to open it up for the A's. And move the head a little bit. I'll move him a little bit too, so he's just not static. All right, so she's still on the A. I'm going to move the head a little bit. She's still on the A, so I'll move the head. I like to move heads on long vowels. I don't know, we make stylistic choices. I got to close it because she's going to do the G, so I'm going to close it for this last here, so she can say jick.
Magic.
All right, so she can open up for jick.
Magic.
Here we go. And it's a fricative, an ick, so she's going to close it for that.
Magic.
Okay, now she got an S, so her mouth's going to stay closed. So I'm just going to move her head up a little bit, just so she has some motion. Make sure her mouth is closed as much as it can. This clay system is maybe not the best, but it works.
Magic.
All right, she got another S coming up here. So I'm going to pull this up here. Like that. There we go.
Magic.
Okay. Now she's going to open it for skillet, for kill.
Magic skill.
All right, she's going to keep it open.
Magic skill.
Well, she has to, well, she's going to say lit. So
Magic skill.
I might close it. Yeah, let's see if I can close it halfway or not. There you go.
Magic skill.
Yeah, that works. Okay, so she can open it a little bit.
Magic skill.
All right, and I found if you're off by a frame for a mouth close, it's our eyes don't see it that much. So as long as she's closing it because I'm working on twos, you don't capture every phoneme or every open or close perfectly.
New magic skillet.
And most of the times we're just kind of watching the characters and listening. As long as the audio is good, you're okay.
New magic skillet from.
Okay, now she's doing from. It's a two phoneme word, fret and O. So I'm gonna move her head a little bit.
New magic skillet from.
Okay, she's gonna close it for the There you go. There's that.
New magic skillet from.
Okay, so she's gonna open it up for T, and then she got a bunch of O's here, so I'm gonna move her head on those O's.
New magic skillet from.
And I'm gonna just. It's funny, we were watching 12 Hours of Lord of the Rings the other day. This weekend, we watched all three of them at the theaters, and I spent a lot of time just kind of looking at characters when they weren't speaking, just to kind of get some ideas on what they were doing. And nobody stays perfectly still. They're moving a little bit. Their eyes may be moving. They may be reacting. So I'm gonna see if he can react just a little bit by just moving around.
New magic skillet from.
Okay. She's got some O's here, so I'm gonna move her head on the O's.
New magic skillet from top.
And she got a M coming up here, but the M is closed. It's not reiterated or whatever, restated. So I'm going to keep the mouth open until she gets to that M.
New magic skillet from top.
Now when we hit this M, then I'll close it because there. Okay.
New magic skillet from Tommy.
There we go, and it's a me, so our mouth's going to open again. I might keep her head moving just a little bit.
New magic skillet from Tommy.
Okay, now here's the deal. So she says me, which is mouth is open, then she says the really quickly.
New magic skillet from Tommy.
So I'm probably just going to keep her mouth open there. Usually if there's back-to-back fricatives like that where the mouth needs open, I've found in my experience it's just best to keep the mouth open than trying to shut it and open it again.
New magic skillet from Tommy.
Okay. We have a dead space coming, so I'm going to leave the mouth open for the, and then I'll close it.
New magic skillet from Tommy.
Okay, now I'll close it. So what I'm doing here is I'm just closing the mouth. There's a little bit of clay in that pivot point that I'm just pushing up to keep the mouth closed.
New magic skillet from Tommy.
Okay. And then tinker.
New magic skillet from Tommy.
Okay. And then she's still saying an I.
New magic skillet from Tommy.
Yeah, that works. So I'm going to move her head a little bit closer here.
New magic skillet from Tommy.
And she's saying ink, which is a closed mouth. Okay.
New magic skillet from Tommy.
Okay. I'm going to move his head a little bit. Just like that.
New magic skillet from Tommy the Tinker.
Okay. And then she's going to, she's still doing K, so that's still closed. Just make sure that's closed. I'll move her head a little bit.
New magic skillet from Tommy the Tinker.
And then she's still saying an I.
New magic skillet from Tommy the Tinker.
All right, it's for her. She's going to keep that open a little bit.
New magic skillet from Tommy the Tinker.
Now, she's asking him a question. She's going to look at him, so I'm just going to... I don't like to keep them not moving from frame to frame, so I'm going to just move her a little bit.
New magic skillet from Tommy the Tinker.
Then I might move his head a little bit. He's reacting maybe.
New magic skillet from Tommy the Tinker.
Okay. And hers still going on, so I'll keep her mouth open just a little bit, and then I'll close it at the end.
New magic skillet from Tommy the Tinker.
Okay. And then I will close this. She's done with her word. And sometimes I'll move ahead in response. Most of these I'm just going to keep them looking straight forward.
New magic skillet from Tommy the Tinker.
Okay, and he's got a couple of frames. Usually I'll shoot up until the next word. So when I'm editing, the dialogue starts right on the cut. So I'm just going to keep moving her head over just a little bit.
New magic skillet from Tommy the Tinker.
Okay. I'm going to move this backstop over here. We're almost done with the shot.
Tommy the Tinker.
Okay. Looks like I got 2 more, maybe 1 more. So I'll just move her head a little bit.
Tommy the Tinker.
Okay. And then I see another line's coming up here. All right. So that's his line. All right. So okay. So there's that. I'm going to take a note here. So we shot 53 frames. And that was shot number 2 because I messed up and hit a hotkey. All right, so that was our first medium shot for this one. Now I've learned to render everything after a shot and not move on. Now I use Siri anamorphic lenses, and they have a 1.6 times factor, which because of math, and we won't math today, but because of math, I have to change this 4:5 ratio so that it renders correctly. Okay, so I come over here. Yeah, we won't worry about all these settings. Most of them don't change. Okay, so this is medium shot with Irith basically doing the setup. And OCD, and this was Magically Delicious. Okay, so Magically Delicious, there we go. So we're going to render this out, and it'll render with dialogue. So there was 2 live streams that we've done previously, one with Jason Elliott Tonis and one with Kutrick Jazz Copeland, so you can see how we record dialogue. And then basically I print the reverb and compression on the dialogue, so we're shooting to basically the dialogue that will end up in the short. I just found that pipeline to be easier. If you're doing a big budget, you're going to replace all that dialogue, but for these shorts where I'm trying to focus on efficiency, I'll leave the printed dialogue. Printed meaning that the reverb's already on it, the compression's already on it, so that when I render out, I'm rendering with the actual dialogue. Now this is when I crop this in DaVinci Resolve for the videos that you'll see on YouTube and Instagram, the actual shorts that are 9:16 aspect ratio. Oh, hold on. Can you quit with this going to sleep business? Okay. Why do you keep going to sleep? Okay. I might need to do this real quick. Stop screen sharing. Come over here to settings. And then this energy saver thing. Oh, there we go. That's the problem. All right. Never take more energy. Well, you know what? It's just as much energy for me to come over here and restart you. Okay, that should keep that from doing. I don't know why it reset. Okay. And we should be good to go here. Okay. Now we should be back here. Let me check the stream real quick. You see a little bit of the sausage making there. So this Apple screen streaming is pretty cool. I don't have to run a 50-foot HDMI cable into the main room of the basement where all the sets and shooting equipment is. So the basement's set up in really 3 rooms. So there's a big room that have all the sets and the shooting equipment. And I bought a webcam today, so tomorrow, next time we do live stream, you'll be able to see all the stuff in the main room. Then I have a bathroom that's unfinished, that's basically has all the 3D printing equipment and some storage. And then I have a finished room, which you've seen on the previous live streams. That's the recording room and editing room. And then, inside there's a closet for the recording room. So I guess technically there's 4 rooms. All right, so now this is the QuickTime player.
Did you buy this new magic skillet from Tommy the Tinker?
All right, that's not a bad shot. I have 3 lights here. I got a rim. That's this one here. Actually, so that's the rim shot there. You can kind of see it going off and on. From time to time, I got to check these batteries. So, okay, all the batteries look good. All right, these are cute little lights, but they will shut off from time to time. All right, there's that. Okay, so our first shot's done. And hopefully the screen sharing laptop won't shut off. Now, I'm going to return her to kind of a middle position, a neutral position. And then we're going to open up do a new shot, shot number 3. And then this is the final shot of the short, and it's her reaction. I'm using a 100 millimeter lens without a diopter. I use a 100 millimeter lens, that anamorphic lens, on kind of as the standard medium shot. And then if I want close-ups, like if I'm doing title cards, I'll use a ×1 diopter. And then if I'm doing close-ups, I'll use a ×2 diopter. These lenses have a fairly narrow depth of focus. So if I go to like a +4 diopter, you're not seeing, you just a very small depth of field. Okay, what time is it? Got to record the time, 2:20. And this is shot 3. Okay, now, medium shot of Irith's response. Okay, so we're going to open up a new screen. And I'm going to set this back to 9:16. And got to delete this dialog. Here we go. And then we're set 9:16. Now I got to move this dialogue portion to the end.
No, it was Pandolph the Grey.
All right, so it's the final kind of punchline here.
No, it was Pandolph the Grey.
All right, and then they both laugh. Okay, so we'll kind of start her in here. She got a lot of O's there. And then she starts saying it. That's where her W starts there. And she says, was. She waits. It's kind of her P there. A little Gandalf joke. She doesn't really say in until it gets all the way down here. All right, there's a couple more ends. Okay. And that's kind of an AL sound. I learned there's 44 phonemes. I don't know if I'm saying that word right. Phonemes. It's kind of an F there, so she's closing it there. There's that. Okay, so G and R, a whole bunch of long A's. Tell you what, in stop motion, there are so many things you have to learn. You really got to be a jack of all trades. Learning live streaming the last month or so has been really interesting. I never thought I was going to have to learn about linguistics, learn about cameras and lenses and audio, and there's just lots of stuff. I have a community orchestra that I've been the music director for 17 years, and so we record live orchestra once a year for the shorts. We do live music in the studio there. Jocelyn Dees has been helping me the last couple months. So all fun. Learn about dialogue recording and what works and what doesn't work for these humor shorts. Okay, here we go. And then they start to laughing. I'm just going to write he. because I don't move. They open their mouth and move their heads back and forth. Kind of stops down here. All right. So I found like with the night characters, when they're laughing, I'll move their heads up and down. Scully says "Hardy har R," so he's actually saying words. There's a couple different approaches to laughs, but usually for these, I'll just open their mouths, move their heads up and down. It doesn't need much more nuance than that. All right, so we're ready to start shooting this second one. Looks like we're going to do about 63 frames. The last one last one was 53 frames. Those are average lengths. Usually typically don't do less than 40. Some of the longer ones can get up into 100, 120. But 50 to 60 frames is typical. All right, so there's a couple leading frames here, so I'm gonna, depending on how I edit it, I'm just gonna go ahead and, she's talking first, so I'm gonna move her head. Okay. Move her head. Actually, she doesn't need to necessarily address him, so I'm just gonna move her head up. Okay. She's starting to say no. There's that. She got a long O. So instead of moving towards him, I'm going to just have her move her head up. Okay. Set. Let it settle.
No.
Okay, these wire puppets, you got to let them settle a little bit. They're a little springy.
No.
Okay, it's also a little bit getting her wing in the background compositionally, so I'm going to move her head just over a little bit so she kind of pops a little bit against that silver light background.
No.
All right, so this is the last O before she says another word, so I'm going to close her mouth, move her head a little bit away from that.
No.
Okay, and her mouth's moving, so I'm just going to let her head sit.
No. No.
All right, so she's actually not saying it there, so I'm going to leave it closed, move her head just a little bit.
No.
You can go back and forth here. Okay, that's good.
No.
All right, now she says it.
No.
And it's a short word. It's got a T. I'm going to close the mouth.
No.
Okay.
No. It was.
And she's staying her W. Going to open that up.
No. It was.
And I'm going to close on that S, so I'm going to leave it open for that A. Just move her head just a little bit.
No. It was. No. It was.
And I'm hearing the S in there.
No. It was.
I might just go ahead and close it. Let's see how it looks if we close it.
No. It was.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. Okay. So it's a short word, too.
No. It was.
There we go. And she got it, another S, so her mouth's closed, so I'm going to move her head just a little bit.
No. It was.
All right, now she's got panned off the gray, which is really the punchline within the sentence. So I'm going to have her kind of look at him a little bit.
No. It was.
She's kind of building a little anticipation. I need to move him a little bit so he's not just sitting there like a bump on a log. Okay.
No. It was.
Plus, I need to get ready for him to laugh, so I'm going to move his head up. Just start to move his head up just a little bit. Okay, I move that. Okay, now she's getting ready to say P.
No. It was.
Okay. Now she's going to open her mouth as wide as can for that P. So it's a little bit louder.
No. It was.
Okay, and then she got a really long A, so I'm going to move her head a little bit towards him.
No. It was.
Because, again, I like to move the head on long vowels. Just a stylistic choice.
No. It was. No. It was.
And I'm going to move her head a little bit more.
No, it was Pan.
Move him a little bit. Get him ready to laugh. So I'll move his head up just a little bit.
No, it was Pan.
Okay, still got a couple more A's. There we go. Move him up a little bit so he can get ready to laugh.
No, it was Pan.
Okay, got another A, so I'm gonna.
No, it was Pan.
And the end is gonna close, so I'm gonna leave it open for that. And move his head up just a little bit.
No, it was Pan.
All right, so now I'm gonna close for this in. And then she holds the in a while, so I'm gonna need to move her head.
No, it was Pan.
All right, we got 25 frames in the book, so I'm gonna move the backstop
It's
over here, so I have to listen to the whole
Pan.
dialogue over and over. And then I'm going to move her head back
Pan.
just a little bit. Try to move the heads like during sentences. There'll be little points to move the head.
Pan.
Like when she says the gray, I'll probably move her head up a little bit.
Pan.
All right, now she's going to say Dolph, so his mouth's going to open. I'm going to kind of move his head a little bit like this.
Pan. Pan.
All right, so going to close on the F. So I'm going to just leave it open for all. He can move his head a little bit.
Pan. Pan.
All right, she's going to close on this F. He'll keep moving his head a little bit.
Pan. Pan.
I want her head to move just a little bit. Okay.
Pan.
Except she's getting lost in that wing, so I'm going to move it over just a little bit. Here we go.
Pan. Pan.
All right. Keep that closed. Move her head a little bit. Move his head a little bit. Okay.
Pan. Pan.
Okay. Then she's got to say the gray.
Pan.
And I need, gray's kind of long, so I need a place for her head to go while she says that long A.
Pan.
So I'm going to lift her head a little bit. Like that.
Pan. Pan.
Okay. And there's that.
Pan.
Why do I keep losing this? Stream is really frustrating. Okay. Why do you keep going to sleep, computer? Okay. All right. There we go. Hi. Yeah, the problem with this screen sharing is that screen keeps going to sleep. I thought I set it to never, but okay.
Pan.
Okay, so back to here. Screen should be back on here. Okay.
Pan.
She says the.
Pan.
Okay, and she's going to close that. Okay.
Pan.
Okay.
Pan.
Okay. And then I want her to move her head.
Pan.
She is going to move her head. I think I'll just move it up a little bit.
Pan.
Okay. Move her head up a little bit.
Pan.
Okay, and then he needs to get his head up a little bit for when he starts laughing.
Pan.
Okay. Move his head up a bit. Move her head up a little bit.
Pan.
Okay, got a couple frames before they start laughing. Gonna move him up a little bit. Okay.
Gandalf the Grey.
And I'm probably going to start closing here.
Gandalf the Grey.
I'm just going to close it just a little bit. Here's that.
Gandalf the Grey.
Okay, and then she's pretty much done saying gray, so I'm going to close that. There's that.
Gandalf the Grey.
Okay, now for this laugh, I'm going to close it, bring her up high, because their heads are going to basically come down, up and down when they're laughing.
Gandalf the Grey. Gandalf the Grey.
Now he laughs first.
Gandalf the Grey.
Okay, and so I'm going to open his mouth. And the thing with this skull, this head, is it's got a long beak. So I need to start kind of moving him to the side so you can actually kind of see the beak a little bit.
Gandalf the Grey.
All right, so we shot the dog. Now I've got to shoot their heads moving up and down for this laugh. Okay. And they're laughing simultaneously. So their heads are going to go up and down. The trick is here not to make them both go up and down at the same time. It looks kind of silly. So you kind of have to put one on a cycle of like 3, the other one on a cycle of like 3 or 4 or 5 or something, just so they're not laughing simultaneously or their heads aren't bobbing at the same time.
Gandalf the Grey.
Okay, I'm going to move this backstop over. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to move his head down. I'm going to open her mouth up for her first laugh. Actually, she's not laughing yet, but I will move her head up. Okay. Now, I kind of hear her start laughing. All right, so there's that. I'm going to move his head down a little bit. And we have 13, 14 frames of their heads moving up and down. Okay, so move her head down. I'm going to start moving his head up. Move her head down. Move his head up. All right, and they're pretty short laughs. So I'll make the head motions be kind of short. So it'll probably be like every 2 or 3 frames. Okay, there's that. Actually, hers are pretty short, so I'm going to move her head back up. There's that. And then I'll move his up, hers down. All right, see here. He's going up. I'll move him up a little bit more. I'll move her down. One more. Okay, then I'll move her up. And just kind of maybe move him to the side a little bit. Okay. Now she's coming up. I'll move her up one. Move him up one. I don't really want to get on the same cycle, but... All right, so I'll keep moving him up and her down. All right, and we'll just keep doing this. It looks like 6 or 7 more frames. Okay, let it settle. And it seems like she stops. So I'm going to let her go down and then just him come up. And here's kind of one long one there. And she can keep smiling, that's fine. I'll just move her just a little bit. Kind of maybe quit laughing. And I'm going to move his head, basically quit bobbing it, since he's got one long laugh. Okay. Move his head a little bit. Her head. Okay. Now she quit laughing, so I'm going to close her mouth. And then he can lift his head up a little bit. All right. So he's pretty much done. Okay. I need to make sure that's closed. Move that over there. All right. They're pretty much done with this scene. I might just move their heads up a little bit. Just to kind of fill a little time there. Alright, there's that. And then we'll just finish with this shot here. Close his mouth. He has the same type of mouth. This little pin jaw, pin and socket jaw, with some little clay holding it open or closed. Okay, so that shot's done. 65 frames. And that was take number 3. We'll circle a 3. Okay. And then I'm just going to come in here and twiddle this so this doesn't go to sleep. Okay. Alrighty then. Now we'll render this out. Again, I have to change this aspect ratio. This is medium shot of Irith with punchline plus laughs. Alright, there's that. And okay. Okay, it's rendering out there.
No, it was Pandolph the Grey.
All right, that works.
No, it was Pandolph the Grey.
All right, that works. Okay. Let's close that. Now, we're done with Magically Delicious. Dragon Frame saves everything, so you don't have to hit save or anything. Okay, so now we're going to move on to, I think, Gigantic Jokes is the next one. Okay. Okay. This one has 3 medium shots. Okay. Okay. All right, so we have 3 medium shots to do here. And I'm going to load up the next file. Okay, so Okay. This is number 6. So we're going to open up number 6. I had created these files previous. All right, so there's number 6. New take. It is going to be medium shot, and this is Krit with setting up the joke. Here we go, Krit setup. Okay, there's that. Need to reset this camera. Anamorphic squeeze 1.6. There we're good. Now the other thing I need to do is I need to change out the props. So I probably should have changed it out the last one as well, but that's fine. Okay, so this short is called Gigantic Jokes, and there's a joke about vomiting. So I'm going to look for my mop bucket. Where's my mop bucket? Is it on the boat? Or did I put it away? Let me go check my prop collection here. Pull some of these sets out of the way. Turn the light on so I can see what I'm doing. Where is the mop bucket? Probably any bucket would work. All right, so got all kinds of different props. Let's see here, we got some buckets. Where's the buckets? Okay. Well, I got some, I guess we'll just put some random stuff in there just to make it look different. I don't know where my buckets. Oh, there's a bucket right there. Okay. Here's a little bucket. And what else could we put in front of there just to make it look interesting? There's a little book. Maybe he likes Reader's Digest, so we'll put a little book there. And what about a mug or something? How about a little? Let me get a little vase, and we'll get that. Okay. Now, I bring this over here. Turn off spam risk. All right, there's a bucket joke in there, I think, or something about vomiting. So we'll kind of set that up. He's kind of a messy dragon, so kind of put some frames there, put some little props there. Okay. There's that. I'll move this bucket in a little bit right there. That vase isn't really showing up, is it? Okay. Maybe put this in front of her so it pops a little bit. All right. Art's arbitrary. All right, I think that'll look good. Just show that it's a different shot. Okay. So we got our props. There we go. Now, let's see here. Let's put him kind of back here. Here's that. That works a little bit. Check my batteries on my lights. I'm doing okay. Okay. Can be a little irritating if your lights go out in the middle of a shot. It happens. Okay, so now we're going to parse the dialogue out. Need to load up the dialogue, make sure we got the right dialogue.
Irith
Yes, Krit.
Did you hear about the giant?
All right, so in this, usually I start a short with a medium shot for establishing, but in this dialogue, they're calling to each other, so I thought it'd be more interesting to start with close-ups of them calling each other, hey, Irith, hey, Krit, and then cut to the medium shot showing them right next to each other. No, art is arbitrary. Okay, so this is our first medium shot for this short. This is called Gigantic Jokes.
Hear about the giant who threw up yesterday?
All right. All right, so her response to that setup is a close-up. So it's really just going to be him talking. So we're getting about frame 40. Okay. Couple of dead frames. All right, so this goes DI. Did you? Okay. All right, so I'm going to put a U here. And there's that. Okay. 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 So, parsing this out. Alright, so I'm going to do, oops, EAR here about. Actually, it's a frame earlier. Alright, here about. Okay. Okay, so this is a little bit better. Okay. GI. Oops, there we go. Giant. Okay, there's a who. Okay, it's got a couple THs, then an R. Actually, the R is kind of there. Okay. Okay, there's a U and a P. He says yes. Yesterday. Alright, so now we're ready to shoot that. It's going to be about 40 frames. Okay. Camera stopped. Alright, checking my lights. Got lights. Alright, so this is mainly going to be Irith moving back and forth. And I need to try to put his mouth in a position kind of more side view so you can kind of see him as he's talking. Get her mouth closed so she's not saying anything. Alright, put a little bit more clay up in there. Ugh, lost that screen again. I thought I put you on, don't go to sleep, but you keep going to sleep. Why do you keep going to sleep? Alright, is there a way to... Try this again here. Close this. Computer sleep. Oh, there we go. Display sleep. All right, well, that would explain why it keeps going off. Okay, so I got both of those. All right, never letting your display go to sleep may shorten its life. Well, having to come in here all the time may shorten my life. Okay, so that should keep it from shutting off. Always learning something. Okay, sign into screen share. It's all a learning experience, and I have learned a lot doing live streaming, that is for sure. Okay. There we go. Now we should be back to where we were. Put a little bit more clay under here. See if I can get that mouth closed. A little bit better. Okay, that should keep her mouth closed. Okay, she's just going to move her head back and forth while he talks. Okay, so we should be good on the display situation. All right. Okay. Now, let's see what we got here. Okay, so we're parsed and we're ready to move his head, move his mouth around. I tried moving his arms a little bit. Most of these shots are so short. Most of the focus is on their mouth, so I didn't get too crazy into moving. The last dragon short I did 3 or 4 months ago, maybe 5 months ago, I was moving the tail a lot back and forth. The return on the amount of work wasn't really great. I mean, the focus of these shorts is the humor, so. Okay. I don't really like that brown on brown. There you go. At least you can see it a little bit. Okay. Now we're going to start shooting. He is a little bit lower than her. I want to bring him up just a bit. Try to get their eyes around the same level. Okay. All right. Check on this camera power supply real quick. Okay. Keep an area. There's a lot of moving parts here. All right. Let's get this started here. Okay, got a couple of dead frames. Just gonna move his head a little bit. Okay. Okay, there's that. Now, I need to make a note real quick here. Okay. Okay. That. Take a drink of water there. Okay, so now he's going to start talking. So I'm going to move his mouth open a little bit. I'm going to try to start getting him into a position where he's kind of side facing so you can see his mouth a little bit better. All right, and he's going to close it there. Again, it's a little bit of clay on that pivot point. Okay, he's going to be open for you for a little bit. Going to try to move his head a little bit so we can see a better angle. Okay, he's got a long vowel. Keep his mouth open. Maybe start swinging his head over a little bit. All right, so use a pretty short word, so I'm going to close his mouth. And get some clay in there. Come on. All right, I get a little bit more clay. It seems to be open a bit. Okay. Get that pivot point in there. There it goes. Okay.
Did you?
Okay, I'm gonna move his head up a little bit. Open it for here. You got that open now.
Did you hit?
All right, I don't like the head where it is. I'm gonna move it up a little bit. Okay.
Did you hit?
Okay, I'm gonna move it over a little bit this way. There we go.
Did you hit?
All right, and he says here, so I'm gonna close the mouth again. Make sure not to catch on his snaggle tooth there. Jenny accidentally broke off one of his tooths when she was making him. So he got a cute snaggle tooth.
Did you hit?
All right, about. So I'm going to open it just for, it's really quick, so I'm just going to probably keep it open for about.
Did you hear?
Okay.
Did you hear?
All right, I'm actually going to close it, see what that looks like.
Did you hear?
Okay, open it a little bit.
Did you hear?
Yeah, that works. Okay, so it's not science, it's just, does the mouth look like it's doing what it should do while he's talking?
Did you hear about?
Now, she kind of just standing there, so I'm going to move her a little bit.
Did you hear about?
All right, and then his mouth's going to open. I'm going to move her a little bit.
Did you hear about?
Okay, he says that's closing up. Okay.
Did you hear about the
Giant, so he's going to open up for Jai. Move his head a little bit, move her head a little bit. Okay.
Did you hear about the
Okay, it's got a long eye, so I'm just going to leave that open.
Did you hear about the giant?
Okay, it's got a ant that's going to close, so I'm going to leave that open.
Did you hear about the giant?
And then I'm going to say N, so that's going to close. N is a close. Okay, there's that.
Did you hear about the giant?
All right, he's got a closed T. So I'm going to move his head a little bit.
Did you hear about the giant?
Okay, and then he's going to open for who. Move his head a little bit.
Did you hear about the giant who?
Okay, I'm kind of figure out what to do with her head here. He's got about another 18 frames, so I'm going to move her head just a little bit as she responds to him. And then who?
Did you hear about the giant who?
Okay, move his head a little bit.
Did you hear about the giant who?
Okay. Okay.
Did you hear about the giant who?
Okay, he's going to say throw up here, so I'm going to close this. And then,
Did you hear about the giant who?
okay, that, and I'm going to start having her move her head back. And he's saying throw up, so I might move his head up and then down.
Did you hear about the giant who?
Okay. Through, it's all one, really just one long syllable.
Did you hear about the giant who threw?
Alright, Now move his head here. Move her head a little bit there.
Did you hear about the giant who threw? Did you hear about the giant who threw?
Okay. Her head's getting twitchy. I'm gonna move her head up so it doesn't look so twitchy.
Did you hear about the giant who threw?
Yeah, that looks better. All right. I guess I have a pet peeve when their heads look twitchy. I try to keep it on a curve, so to speak. Life's about curves.
Giant who threw? Giant who threw?
Okay, I'm gonna move this back a little bit.
The giant who threw? The giant who threw?
All right, that works. I need to close it on through, and then I'm gonna move his head down a little bit.
The giant who threw? The giant who threw?
I don't like that motion. I'm gonna move it over. He gets kind of springy.
The giant who threw? The giant who threw?
All right, then he's gonna open it up really big for up.
The giant who threw up?
All right, and he's gonna close it for the P. Okay.
The giant who threw up?
There we go, that works. Okay. Then, all right. And then he is going to get ready to say yesterday. Okay. Thank you, Jenny, for commenting.
The giant who threw up?
All right, so he said threw up and his head's going up. Okay, that's kind of funny.
The giant who threw up?
All right, and then there's that. Okay. Okay.
The giant who threw up? Yeah.
Okay, that works. Let's start moving her head kind of back to neutral position. He's saying yes.
The giant who threw up? Yes.
But I'm going to close it on the S, so I'm going to move his head up.
The giant who threw up? Yes.
Okay, I'm going to close it on S. Okay. There's that.
The giant who threw up? Yes.
Okay, then he's going to open it for Tur.
The giant who threw up? Yes.
Okay, move her head just a little bit more towards neutral.
The giant who threw up yesterday?
Okay, and his mouth is going to be open for Day.
The giant who threw up yesterday?
Okay, and it's a long A, so I'm going to have him start moving his head towards her.
The giant who threw up yesterday?
Okay. Kind of like he's maybe
The giant who threw up yesterday?
looking at her. It's gonna, because of the composition and this 9x16 portrait
The giant who threw up yesterday?
and the puppet design, they don't usually ever look exactly like each other. Plus, we learned at the Renaissance Festival to address the crowd, not necessarily the other actor.
The giant who threw up yesterday?
So I think that works. All right, we got one more frame, and we'll be done with this shot.
The giant who threw up yesterday?
Okay, I think that works. All right, so that shot is done. That was 41 frames. So, all right, so 1.6, 53. We started about 250. It was what, 41 frames? And, oh, that's in the wrong place. Okay, just taking notes here in my book. Okay. 41, I think that was take 2, okay. And we started about 2:45. Today is January 19. Okay, and I need to record the T-stop and the F. 5.6 and 60. All right, so those ones are done. We're gonna change this, and this is gigantic jokes, medium shot with Krit setting up the joke. Okay, that's gonna render here. Okay. And let's go over here and look.
Did you hear about the giant who threw up yesterday?
That works.
Did you hear about the giant who threw up yesterday?
Okay. Keytrick was funny. He's he's such a good actor. All right. There's that there. I'm going to set that mask bet to 9x16 for deframing. And then we're going to open up a new shot within that scene. And this is a medium shot of Irith. All right. And she is saying, in my notes, she says, oh. So we're going to find that here. I need to delete this old sheet here. Let's find that dialogue.
It's all over town.
Oh, that is so gross.
Oh, that is so gross. All right, well, that's her. Is that her line or is that close up? That's a close up.
Did you hear about the green giant that laid down in a field? He wanted to rest in peace.
Those poor farmers.
All right, I got lost there. Let's see where we're at here again.
Over town.
Oh, that is so gross. Did you hear about the green giant that laid down in a field? He wanted to rest in peace.
Those poor farmers.
All right, I am lost here. Let's see here. Okay, let's go back here. Where all my shots are.
Did you hear about the giant who threw up yesterday?
All right, I need to start over here. Just do it. Okay.
Irith.
Yes, Krit.
Did you hear about the giant who threw up yesterday?
I did not.
Yeah, it's all over town.
Oh, that is so gross.
All right, so we're doing that. Oh, that is so gross.
Oh, wow. It's all over town.
Oh, that.
All right, so.
Oh, that is so gross. Did you hear about the?
Okay, so that. Okay, so then we're going to go to a close up for her next setup. So we're just doing, oh, that is so gross.
Oh, that is so gross.
Then this is a close up.
Did you hear about the green giant that laid down in a field? He wanted to rest in peace.
Those poor farmers.
Okay, so and then we're going to do those poor farmers. And they laugh. Okay, so we're good to go here.
Oh, that is so gross.
So we're just doing, oh, that's so gross. Okay. OOH. So we'll do THAT. We'll separate that into 4 frames. Is. Actually, let's see this longer. There we go. Got a couple of S's there. It's kind of hard to tell where it stops or ends. It's her mouth's going to be closed, so it doesn't really matter. Kind of O starts here, actually. Okay. And this is where G starts. And there's some O's here. Some S's. Alright, so this one will be about 28 frames. Okay, we're going to close his mouth because he's not saying anything in this shot. Going to kind of move him back over to a neutral position. The problem with this clay is it just, every time you move the puppet, it just starts to squish. Okay, so he's kind of there. He's going to respond. All right, so her mouth's going to be moving up down here. Okay, I want to move her head a little bit so she's not in front of her wing, kind of like that. When she's more in the middle. Okay, there we go. That's a little bit better. Compositionally, I want her head to be against that silver background, so it kind of pops a little bit. And most of the outline of his head's around that silver background. Unfortunately, her green wing is back there. It's not particularly bright. I could try to light it a little bit better, but I have this rim light that kind of helps a little bit. Let's see if I can get it back a little bit. Okay. There you go. Give him a little bit of a rim there. And then I have this light back here. It kind of helps pop them a little bit from the background. And then I have this fill light. The key light is a bounce. When I get my webcam to show the whole studio, you can see the bounce. But basically, it provides a nice kind of even diffuse light. And then these are just kind of fill lights to kind of help see the rest of the character. All right, so let's get a little 28 framer here. Okay. All right, well, now what's going on? Screensaver? Really? All right. Okay. Boy, this laptop is going to be the death of me. Can you not go into screensaver mode? How about we not do that? All right, well, I'll get it figured out. Okay. How about don't go into screensaver mode and just stay on? Okay. There we go. Now I should be back here. Screensaver mode. Okay, swirlies. You guys can go away. All right. All right, so she's kind of responded to him. Maybe she'll start looking at him. Okay, she won't close it until the next frame. Okay. All right, so let's see here. Da, 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 da. There's that. Okay, so now let's try this now. Okay, so she's going to say that, so I'm going to close her mouth. There a little bit. Move her head a little bit. Now she's a little twitchy. Okay. All right. Maybe I'll move her head just a little bit this way. And then that. Gonna open that for that. I'm gonna move him just a little bit. Okay, she's gonna close for that. All right, move her a little bit.
that.
Okay, I'll move her head up a little bit here.
Oh, that.
He's kind of moving his head this way. There we go. His head is neck is getting really squishy, but I guess you can't really see it from the front screen. Okay.
Oh, that. Oh, that.
His head's moving a little bit too much.
Oh, that. Oh, that.
Move this up a little bit. Okay.
Oh, that. Oh, that.
Okay.
Oh, that.
Okay, now she's going to close it for the S. Okay, got a couple new viewers. Hello, viewers. Thanks for joining. All right. So we're working out the bugs in the live stream, but we're having a good time here. Figured if I was going to shoot these puppets that we would have some streaming fun here. Okay.
Oh, that is. Oh, that is.
Well, she is up high. All right. She's saying is.
Oh, that is.
Move her head just a little bit there.
Oh, that is.
Move him a little bit. Okay.
Oh, that is. Oh, that is.
And then she's going to have a long sew. Okay, move his head a little bit.
Oh, that is. Oh, that is.
And then she's got an S, so I'm going to just 2 frames with her mouth closed.
Oh, that is.
I'm just going to tilt her head a little bit.
Oh, that is.
And then she's got 4 frames of O.
Oh, that is. So.
So, again, long vowels like to move their head.
Oh, that is so.
So she can look at him. Okay.
Oh, that is so.
All right, now she's going to. I need to close to open.
Oh, that is so.
And then she's going to say gross.
Oh, that is so.
Okay, then she can move her head back. Okay.
Oh, that is so gross.
Okay, she got some O's to say here.
Oh, that is so gross.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, that is so gross.
Okay, she is going to continue with that long O.
Oh, that is so gross.
Okay, I'm going to move his head a little bit here.
Oh, that is so gross.
Okay, and then she'll keep it open on this O, and then she'll close it for the S.
Oh, that is so gross.
Okay, so then she'll close this right here. There's that.
Oh, that is so gross.
All right, that works. Okay, then I'm just going to move her head up a little bit.
Oh, that is so gross.
Okay. I'm going to move him a little bit. Okay, here we go.
Oh, that is so gross.
All right, now she's got some dead frames
Did you?
here before
Oh, that is so gross.
her next close-up. So I'm just going to move her head a little bit.
Oh, that is so gross.
All right, and then I'm going to have her look at him in anticipation of the close-up.
Oh, that is so gross.
All right, so I got 3 or 4 frames to move her head while she looks at him.
Oh, that is so gross.
Okay. Twitch him a little bit.
Oh, that is so gross.
Okay. And I'll do a couple more that.
Oh, that is so gross.
All right, and as you can see, we don't. For this series, I don't shoot serially. I don't shoot in order. We're going to shoot all those medium shots, and then we'll come back and do the close-ups.
Oh, that is so gross.
And that way we don't need to move the camera back and forth. All right, so we're up against his or her close-up here. All right, so we got 32 frames. I'm going to write that down. This was take 3. 32 frames. We started about... what time did we start? About 3:15. Today is the 19th. Okay. Put this back here. That is a medium shot of Irith's response. Medium, Irith response. Okay, here's that. That's going to render. Okay. And then let's check this out here.
Oh, that is so gross.
All right, that's not bad.
Oh, that is so gross.
Okay, that's not bad. Okay, now we're going to do the new shot within this same scene. It's medium shot. This is oh, Krit says those. I think he says those poor giants or those poor farmers. Okay, there's that. Put this mask back on 916 so I can see what the composition's going to look like. There's that. I'm going to move him up a little bit. Make sure her mouth is closed. It should have already been closed. Make sure his mouth is closed. Okay. There's that. All right, so now, all right, that looks pretty good. I'm gonna move her a little bit back more to neutral. Okay, now, gotta go move the dialogue to where his line is.
Did you hear about the green giant that laid down in a field? He wanted to rest in peace.
Those poor farmers.
All right, so here's his response.
Peas.
Okay, so we're gonna render this one here, shoot this one.
Those poor farmers.
Okay, and then they laugh at it. All right, so we're gonna parse out the dialogue. Okay, so we got a TH and then some O's. Okay, there's his S there. And then he says poor here. Okay. It's going to R here, so he's going to close it there. Okay. And he's got an F here. And those kind of R's, and then starts to make the M sound. I'm going to make this another R. Okay, there's that. All right, then there's his ER and his S. Then they start laughing, and I just bob their heads back up and down for laughing, so I'm just going to write tee-hee here. He's got some... Alright, there's some ha-has in there. We try to catch those. So his mouth's going to be open, it's just his head will bop up and down. Alright, so I'll throw in a couple more of those. They're just little reminders. We'll listen to it as we do it. Okay, there's one there. All right, so we'll work on the laughs when we get there. Okay, so he's going to start to turn his head towards her so we can see his mouth, because he's got this pointy little beak mouth. All right, check my lights real quick. Don't want these batteries to die in the middle of the shot. Looks like we're pretty good there. Okay, we're good on these batteries on these shots. Okay. Here we go. So he's going to start to turn his head and open for the O, though. See if we can open it up a little bit more. Okay, it's going to be long O's. Again, I like to, on long vowels, I just like to move their head from side to side.
No.
And he's got a whole bunch of O's here. And he's going to run into her, so I need to move his neck over a little bit.
No.
And I'm going to move his head up just a little bit.
No.
I'm going to make this a curve, not so tight.
No. No. No.
I think that works. Alright, I'm going to move her just a little bit so she's not standing perfectly still. I'm going to leave the mouth open until he says S.
No. No.
Okay, and then he's kind of curving up a little bit to here. And then I'm going to close this here for his S.
Nose. Nose. Nose.
Okay, he's got another S, so I'm going to move his head up just a little bit, keep his mouth closed. I'm going to move her just over this way.
Nose. Nose. Nose.
Alright, now it says pour. I'm going to keep moving his head up a little bit. It's going to open it up for the po, P. Move her a little bit.
Nose. Pop. Nose. Pop. Nose. Pop.
Okay. Leave it open for the O. I'm going to start trying to move his head to the side so I can see his mouth better.
Nose. Pop.
Okay, he's saying R, so I'm going to leave it open. See if we can see his mouth a little bit better.
Nose. Pop.
Alright, now he's going to close it for the farm because he's saying F. Try to keep moving his head a little bit so we can see his mouth.
Nose. Poof.
Okay.
Nose. Poof.
Okay, he's still saying F, so I'm going to move his head just a little bit, move her a little bit.
Nose. Poof. Nose. Poof.
Alright, so I'm going to tilt his head a little bit to the side so we can see, hopefully we can see his jaw open a little bit better.
Nose. Poof. Nose. Poof.
Okay. And then I'm going to kind of rotate it a little bit like this. Try to see his mouth a little bit more.
Nose. Poof. Nose. Poof.
Okay, he's got another R, he's saying. He's a little dragon pirate.
Nose. Poof.
Okay, he's going to close it for M. So we should be able to see his mouth closed now. I'm going to move her just a little bit.
Nose. Poof. Nose. Poof.
Okay. That's a good angle. I'm going to move, so he's still doing M. I'm going to move his head back just a little bit. He's still saying M. Okay.
Nose. Poof. Nose. Poof. Nose. Poof. Nose. Poof.
Okay. There's that. I'm going to raise his head, and he says ers, so I'm going to open his mouth. Okay.
Nose. Poof.
Okay. And then I have to kind of get him into the position where he's going to start to laugh. He's got an S here. So I'm going to start kind of moving him back up this way. Move her just a little bit.
Nose. Poof.
Okay. Gonna move him back up a little bit here. Okay. There we go, right there.
Nose. Poof.
Okay. All right, Keytrix says hi to everybody. Okay.
Nose. Poof.
Okay. I move up a little bit, make sure his mouth is closed. Okay.
Nose. Poof.
All Alright, now they're going to start laughing.
Those poor farmers.
Okay, sound like she laughs first. I'm going to move the backstop over here.
Poor farmers.
Okay.
Farmers.
Okay, I'm going to move her head up a little bit. And she's going to start laughing.
Farmers.
Okay, there's that. Alright, and their heads are just going to bob up and down for a laugh here.
Farmers.
She's kind of breathing in, so we'll move her head up a little bit. Move his head up a little bit.
Farmers. Farmers.
Okay.
Farmers.
He's going to start laughing, so I'm going to make his head up a little bit. And usually, I'll do a 2 to 3 cycle. Their heads bobbing up and down.
Farmers.
Okay. Oh, let's see where his...
Farmers.
Okay, her head was going up. I'll make her head go down a little bit. I'll make his head go up a little bit. Okay.
Farmers.
Alright, let's do that a little bit again. Okay, there's that.
Farmers.
Okay.
Farmers.
Okay, there's that.
Farmers.
Okay.
Farmers.
Okay, so we'll make his head go up a little bit. Make her head come down a little bit.
Farmers. Farmers.
Alright, now he was going up.
Farmers.
I'll make him go up one more. I'll make her go up. Again, I don't really want them to get on the same cycle.
Farmers.
Okay.
Farmers.
Okay, there's this. Okay, I'm going to keep doing that.
Farmers.
Okay, there's that. This. Okay. Okay.
Farmers.
Okay, we'll just move their heads back up and down.
Farmers.
Alright. Okay. Alright, we're back to screensaver. I'm going to throttle that computer. Okay. Figure out a way to make it quit going into screensaver mode. I thought I was doing that, but apparently not. Okay. Let's try this again. Alright. Where's settings? Settings. System preferences. I think it's this energy saver mode. Display sleep. Wake for network access. Show battery status. Alright. Okay, that's energy saver mode. Now how do we get the displays to quit? How do I get it to quit going to screensaver mode? Is it here? Oh, here we go. Start after never. All right, I'll get this figured out. Okay. And then maybe that should work. Okay. Again, it's trial and error. Don't go to screensaver mode, please. Okay, there's that. And we go back over here, and then we should start streaming without it shutting off, without it going into screensaver mode. And then we'll get it to work. Okay. It's all a lesson learned. Okay. Okay, so max back to 2. Okay. Okay, so now we're back to laughing. Alright, head down. Head up. Okay. Okay, head down, head up. Okay, here's that. And that. Okay. Here's that. There's this. Okay. Okay, move her head back up. Okay, we got about 16 more frames of them bobbing their heads back up and down for the laughings. Okay. Okay. Okay, move his head down. Move his head up. Okay. Laughing clay dragons. Okay, there we go. Alright, there's that. And there's this. Okay, they are laughing dragons. Head up, head down. Okay. Dragon head up, dragon head down. Okay. Dragon head up. Dragon head down. And up and down they go. Lots of laughing dragons. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna move her head over just a little bit.
Thomas. Thomas.
Okay.
Thomas.
Alright, I'm just watching their heads go up and down. See if it kind of makes sense. Okay, there's that.
Thomas. Thomas.
Okay. There's this.
Thomas.
Alright, so head down, head up.
Thomas.
Okay. We've got 4 or 5 more frames and we'll be done with this one.
Thomas.
Okay. There's that.
Thomas.
Okay. Dragon head down, dragon head up.
Thomas. Thomas.
Okay, that works. Okay. Alright.
Thomas.
Okay, there's this. Going down that.
Thomas.
Alright. So then. Alright, so. Okay, same account. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Thomas.
Okay, there's that. And that.
Thomas.
Alright, so, Jenny asks, how long does it take to animate a joke scene when you aren't streaming? So the more mature series, it takes about an hour or so. They set the pipeline up and the template up so it doesn't take too long. So Pirates, Queen Vicky, The Knights, takes about an hour.
Thomas.
These ones take a little bit longer because of the streaming and because it's a new series.
Thomas.
Alright, we're almost done with this one. There we go, there we go.
Thomas.
Okay, so we'll do one more, and then we'll probably finish up the stream. All right, laughing dragons. Okay. Okay, so we'll close their mouths, we'll move the heads, and we'll be done with this one. Okay. There's that. Okay, and we'll do one more. Okay, we'll do one more shot, and we'll call it a night. Okay, so this one was 53 shots. Okay. And let's see what else we got here. All right, that was take 4. 53 frames. We started roughly about 3:30 on the 19th. Today's 19th, right? I think it's the 19th. Okay, yeah, there it is, 19th. Okay, now we're going to render. Okay, I'm going to set the aspect to that because of math. And this is the medium shot of Krit's punchline. I just call it the response, I guess. And then laughs. Okay, so we will export that. Hit OK. Test this out.
Those poor farmers.
All right, that works. Okay, so I think that'll be enough for medium shots of Krit and Irith today. We got to learn a little bit about the process, and we got to figure out how to get the screensaver computer to quit timing out. All right, well, thank you everybody for joining in today. We might end up doing another one tonight for the close-ups. Hope you have a great afternoon, and thank you very much for joining today.
Hey, you Stinkosaurus!
Oh, right.